I was working with the executive director of a nonprofit, large nonprofit. Been there for 6 months. And at this point, he came to me and said, Gary, I don't feel my executive team is focused. I need to get them to understand each other and get them focused on where we're going. Do you have a way that you can help me? So I think I have a good activity that has worked in the past. It's called the Epic Story of Us. Let's give it a try, see how it works. Today, I'm going to share with you what the Epic Story of Us is and how this worked for this organization so you can try it on your team. Welcome to Great Transition Strategies Monday Morning Stand-Up. 5 minutes to get your week off to a great start and potentially give yourself something to help make you a more effective leader so you can love what you do. The Epic Story of Us, first part of it. What are the three elements of it? Three elements, three-layer cake. Bottom, people, timelines, second part, events, third part. Think of 3 layers. Next, what's the process? I'm going to show you what the process is. Number 3, what are the results? Let's start. I gave you the 3 elements. So the 3 elements are people, who are the people involved in this, what's the timeline, and what are the events that happened along the way. The process is, what we do is we put up large sticky notepads all the way around the room, those large ones, and we build the timeline. The timeline goes in the middle, and it starts with the beginning of the timeline is when the longest tenured person arrived in the organization. Now, every individual gets 5 minutes to tell their story. And their story starts from the time they arrived until the next tenured person in the room arrived. In this case, someone was there for 25 years. So if this was today, that individual arrived in 2001, and it took 5 years for the next person in the room to arrive there. He told the story, his story for those 5 years. Every individual is required to say, this is the reason I came, these are the reasons I came to this organization, and this is what I perceived the culture to be when I got here. Then they talk about people, who were the key people that were here, what were the key events that happened. So now everyone's going to start getting the story of the organization from this person's perspective until the next person comes. Same thing. This is the reason I came. Here's what the culture was. This is what I perceived it to be. Here are the key people. Here are the events that happened. The next person. For this team, it took a while. We had 12 people, 5 minutes each. No one else can add anything while the story is being told. Once we get to the end, we put a time limit, 10, 15 minutes. What do we need to add? What needs to be added in here? Can we add any more context, more perceptions, things that might have been left out? Gets added. Now you see the process. What are the results here? Number 3. What do you have? Now the team has an entire story from everyone in this room, how everyone in this room had been impacted by the people and the events throughout time. They understand the story of how they came to be. How do you use this? It's up to the leader how they use this. What did this leader do? We stopped, this was the first meeting, and he ended with this, because there were several other meetings to get us to the final result. Everyone write what the culture is today, what you perceive the culture to be today, and write what the culture should be. And that was a starting place for the next meeting. And this executive team met on a weekly basis for a month until they got the vision of what they wanted the culture to be, and they started working on that. This was a huge success. Every individual on the team had empathy for other members. They understand what affected members of the team and how they got to where they were today. This week, take time and figure out, how can I help my team? How can I structure this to ensure my team can build the epic story of us to make us what we want to be?